All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel, and it lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I've put into making these videos. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about the top 3 stocks that I'm loading the boat on and that are set to explode over time, and some of them have already had some explosive results several times. So one of the first ones I have here, I've talked about since way back in February 20th. We're going to cover all 3 of them, but before we do, I want to share with you guys an opportunity that I shared today in the morning over at the Patreon. Okay, if this is something that interests you and you want to learn more about opportunities like this one, or at least be able to watch stocks how they move, you can go ahead and join us over at the Patreon. So let me go ahead and pull up all the information here that happened today, because we went ahead and briefed on this one pretty early in the morning, and we basically caught it on one of its freshest pullbacks. So I talked about how 10x, right, TENX, had ran twice this morning and it pulled back and currently at $2. Volume is under 1 million. If it picks up volume, it's going to get moving again. TENX needs the volume, so watch for a spike in volume, and we wanted to watch this towards the opening bell. So as I was speaking about it and it hit that bottom there, right, of $2, it started to bounce up, bounce back down, and it took off all the way up to 225. So just in the morning, it gave us an opportunity of 10%, right? And then it pulled back again, and I said watch for volume towards the opening bell. And honestly, this anticipatory run started a little early, but it was pretty awesome to see it pull back, and then it exploded, took off, and it hit a high here of 245. That was a 20% gain. So this stock gave the opportunity for any investor that wanted to swing trade this, or just do one-day trade. You had the opportunity to get anywhere between 10 to 20, even 30% gains in just one day, in just 1 hour. This was in a few minutes. Total 1 hour of time. That's the goal here in Invest for Tomorrow on the YouTube, to maximize profits and minimize losses. But over at the Patreon and the Discord, you get to see the weekly watch list that I'm watching and the stocks that I'm watching every single morning, right? I tell every single investor to first learn, practice, watch, and it's like going to the baseball field. You get your bat, and I'm going to go ahead and pitch the baseballs at you, and you swing at these opportunities based off of your experience or your comfortability, or at least watch them, right? So I keep on tossing these baseballs, and you guys swing, and we're going to hit home runs. I'm telling you. So here we are with the first one that I talked about back in February 20th, okay? Let me go ahead and change this to the 30-minute here so we can see it a little bit more clear. I talked about this one way back here, okay? Clover Health was getting hit hard, and it was sitting at around $10, and I found it interesting because it was close to obviously SPAC pricing, and it went a little lower. I went ahead and mentioned it. We're going to see it right here on the 23rd, actually, excuse me. So it was actually already pulling back a little bit more, and we caught it around here at the $9 mark, actually. So even more interesting of a moment where I found it below the SPAC pricing, and it kind of leveled off for a little bit and pulled back a little bit harder, ran back up, and fell. Now, I briefed on it again, but I wanted you guys to know the exact first time I talked about it, and this was Clover Health. I basically said it's on the speculative side, it's under an investigation. Once it's all cleared up, this stock could turn around. The negative news seems to be temporary unless Clover's business model is broken, right? That's like the worst thing that could happen to the company. Now, when it pulled back even harder, I saw it as a bigger opportunity, and this was a great swing trade play, right? From those lows of $6 to $8. Now, I know that's pretty scary, but if you've done your research and you believe in the company, $6 was certainly a steal. And even if things didn't clear up, speculation, rumors, and hype was going to bring this up at least $1, at least something. It was going to give you back at least 10 to 20%. I'm pretty guaranteed and sure of that. I mean, the chart showed it. This is not financial advice, and I'm not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold any positions, but just based off the fundamentals and technicals of the company right now and everything going on. Now, it was actually falling again, and it was sitting at $7 for some time, a few days. Now, it ran up yesterday on the news of the fact that they're now partnering up with Medicaid and Medicare. They're actually going to be one of the marketplace insurances. That's a first step. That's a big step. While they're being attacked by short sellers and all these firms, they're being able to continue to progress in their businesses and everything. So their business model is not broken. Why am I mentioning this as one of the top 3 stocks to go ahead and load up the boat on? Because it's actually pulled back and cooled off. We've seen some strength. Could it get back to $7 or $6? Possibly. Will we see it actually start to run sometime in the near future? It should, once it gets through all this volatility and hiccups of these short sellers and all these investigations. Now, I definitely recommend doing more research on this one before going ahead and making any moves on this and even adding it to your watch list. Like, understand this company, and always, like I say, do not invest in companies you don't understand. If you don't understand their business model, what they do, just pass on this one. There's many more opportunities, right? So another one that's been booming, and we caught it at a pretty early time, it was Fubu, right? Fubu, we've been talking about it since back on the 27th. I mentioned this on an earlier video, and it's been sitting sideways right around $20. I said if it brought itself back down to $20, that's something important. Anything below $20, even more interesting, and it could slightly pull back closer to $15. Well, that didn't happen, but it sits sideways between $20 to $22, pulled right back down, and today ran up to $25. That right there is a nice 20% gain in just 2 days, right? If you wanted to swing trade this, but long term, I think this has potential to possibly hit, just like analysis ratings say, between $30 to $40. We'll have to see how that plays out, but very interesting one. Now, another one, and this one was just a bonus, guys. I just want you to know. So another one is GNUG, okay? I mentioned this one way back on the February 20th date. So these were the ones on the 20th. The Clover one was on the 23rd. PLTR and GNUG. And we're going to look at those graphs in just a moment. So back on the 20th, right, we talked about it around this time, dipped down, right, to $13, took off to $16, pulled right back down, and ran up to $16 again, and then a big pullback. Okay, I swing traded this the first time, okay, that I bought it, the first time around this time when I announced it. Right after I announced it, I watched it that week, I swing traded it, then I went ahead, watched it pull back again, swing traded it again. After that time, I've been loading the boat. This started to pull downwards, and it actually ran up so high that I was tempted to sell, and I told myself, I'm not swing trading this. I'm going to buy. This might pull back again. I didn't think it was going to pull back significantly like it did. I thought it was going to pull back somewhere to 15, 16, average up, and then wait for the next catalyst to run up again. But no, it pulled back down to $11. I bought throughout the whole entire dip, and now I'm writing this one back up. This stock could 2x this year, and if it doesn't happen this year, it could happen within the next 6 months to a year from now, okay? So I want you guys to be aware of that. That is something that is very big to happen, right? Analysis ratings are pretty good. The stocks, business model is pretty good. Their earnings is pretty good, right? They've always had pretty good earnings, except for this Q4 here. That was a little bit of a hit there. But they've been profitable in 2018, 2019, and yes, 2020. They were not as profitable. That's where they got that big hit after the earnings. But I believe that was an overreaction. But the long term, the reopening plays, and as they continue to get those expansions, right? That's one of the biggest things right now for GNUG. They keep on expanding at different states. GNUG is going to present itself as an opportunity here. This is another stock out of the top 3 stocks to load the boat on that I just continue to catch the dips. Even if this dips right back down here, I'm paying close attention to this one because it's been a good swing trade. And after I stopped swing trading it, a great opportunity to catch the dips and ride this one back up. Worst case scenario, this is going to be between $20 to $25. Best case scenario, $25 to $35. We're going to see how it plays out and where this one goes. Now, the other one that a lot of people are so, back and forth, back and forth is PLTR, right? No one knows really, is this going to be a big play? Is this going to be a small play? We've been talking about it since February 20th, right? Where it finally showed strength. Now we want to watch carefully for a slight pullback or consolidation. That's what I said on the 20th, and that was around this time when it ran up, and then we wanted to see it pull back or consolidate. It certainly pulled back, and it's been consolidating between $20 to $23. I talked about it again here, and I stated we want to watch it closely if it hits $20. Certainly did that. It's ran back up to 27, pulled back down to the 20s. I've talked about it again here on YouTube, right, towards the second half of the videos, and anything at $20 seems to be, the floor right now and the support. Could it be broken through? Certainly, and if it does, even more interesting. But if it doesn't, that has been multiple times the support, the $20 range between 20 to 2050, 2050 to 2080, and then it shoots up, and right now it's been gaining momentum. When you look at this stock from this low here to where we're at now, this stock has been gaining momentum, pushing upwards, hit a high here of 24.43, could possibly continue, and if it pulls back a bit, it's going to be cooling off before the next run, or this stock could actually consolidate within this area till the next catalyst to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. This is definitely one that a lot of people are on the fence on. It's been shorted heavily. A lot of people are uncertain because there's short squeeze that happened here, but this stock is a big deal. I talked about how they partnered up with IBM because they have what the IBM Watson doesn't have, and to see a company this much smaller partnering up with bigger companies because they need their technology and their services, PLTR has a big opportunity going ahead for it and all the different contracts and so forth. So this is definitely one to start loading the boat on or watching if you haven't already added it to your watch list. But these are the top 3 stocks, and actually 4 with the bonus, that I am loading up on. This is not financial advice. I'm not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold any positions, but I am here to enlighten you guys on the opportunities that are presenting themselves based off the charts and in the stock market. If you want weekly updates on my weekly watch list, join me over at the Patreon. And if you want to know what stocks I'm watching daily, as well as other investors that are very bright, very smart investors, learning investors, beginning investors, and even investors with experience, you can join us at the Discord where they discuss different topics, different stocks, and so forth. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.